I'm too goofy for all that sexy shit. What's up? How you bees? Good? Good. In the past week, I have experienced so much positivity. Like whether it was a message, me seeing old friends again, whatever it was that I was doing, there was positivity in it. So I would like to spread some of that positivity that I got back to you guys. Let me first start off by saying I thank and I love each and every one of you. Whether you're a subscriber, just a random viewer, or even a hater. I had wanted to do this YouTube thing for a long time. And I would say like, oh, I want to do it. Yes, I want to do this and you know, this and this and this. But YouTube is actually a lot of work. Now, when I first originally like, you know, had the idea that I was going to officially do this, like no more, I'm going to do this and then just let the idea slide. I had to look into it and of course, you know, I needed a camera. I was like, stabilization, so I'm gonna need a tripod. I'm gonna need editing software. And basically, all that means is I'm gonna need money. Buku amounts of money. So, I saved up and I started this thing October of 2013. And it's sort of funny because like, once you're a fan of someone, you don't really notice the things like that go into it. You just think like, oh, they just be like, oh, I have this idea, I'm gonna do this and then do that. But it's a lot more to it. And one of the two main key factors is knowing your worth, knowing yourself, knowing your brand, and also having the confidence to do it. Because of me being such a social butterfly, I do love meeting new people, and I do love like sparking up random conversations with strangers and stuff like that. But when I sit myself down or stand up down, when I like get in front of a camera, it's different. It's like the stage fright sets in because you realize once it's on the internet, it's like there forever. And you really can't change that. And then you put certain YouTubers on a pedestal like, I can't do what they do, or they're gonna say I'm a mimic of him and her, and just all this other bullshit that comes to your mind. But all that just needs to clear out your mind because you do have the ability to do it. If you do have the confidence, even if you make a video and you just get 1,000 views, that's better than anything because you realize that you have been in 1,000 people's minds, maybe at one time, maybe over a course of a month, 2 months, a year, but you were there, they watched you and they looked at you and they will remember you, whether it's good or bad, but either way they're going to remember you. So this PSA is basically how to build up your confidence, how to stay strong, how I got confident, sort of something along those lines. As you guys know, I am a rambler. I do ramble on. I do fumble over my words when I get excited and goofy and all that other stuff. But all in all, what really gave me my confidence was that I didn't have any to start with. Because growing up, I was this little introverted child that stuck to himself in his video games. That it was just me in video games. And you know, growing up being a gamer, people don't really understand that you get immersed into these worlds and these characters and all this other shit, and like everything else is just irrelevant. It's just you and them. So I've always been a little bit antisocial, but I've had to learn how to grow out of it because, you know, the thing when you're growing up, of course, you know, you want friends. And you being so young and naive, you don't really realize that your friends don't always have to necessarily like what you like, because you start hiding things from them, and only things that they bring up are what you guys talk about, are what you guys relate on. You don't realize that you guys can have differences and you two can still chill, can still be cool. You just think like, oh well, if they only like boys and going shopping, I only like boys and going shopping. Fuck anything else that we don't relate on. Of course, you know, in high school I had my tits for tats, and you know, I realized like, I'm me, I'm gonna be me regardless, and either you're gonna accept that or not. That was basically how I came out, because the courage just suddenly just came from nowhere, and I just put it out there like, either you like me or you don't, and that's point blank in the period. So that was the initial spark of courage that came inside of me, and what made it grow was me knowing my faults, was me knowing that, you know, I may not be the best looking, but bitch, I'm not that bad either. Because of course, you know, I put myself on a pedestal, but that's besides the point. I mean, I know that everyone's not a catch, because I know that someone that I may think is super hella gorgeous and can't nobody tell me otherwise, someone else may think they are the bottom of the earth. And you just realize that opinions and differences come in there as well. So you like, okay, well, not everyone's gonna like him, so not everyone's gonna like me. That's just it. So me just learning to love myself and knowing my faults and knowing that I can be an evil, sadistic maniac and knowing that I am also the nicest person that you could ever meet, and knowing that I still am growing. Like just knowing what you know about yourself can really, really, honestly, truly is the best thing that could ever happen to you. Like once you learn about yourself and you know it for sure, like no one else can tell you your worth, then bitch, you're a gold mine. And also, before I became a YouTuber and when I was just a subscriber to many people, also seeing them live out their lives, I could live out my life vicariously through them, also helped me in like actuality, because I'm like, if they can do it in front of a camera, if they can do it in front of the whole world, why can't I just do it in front of my peers, in front of my family, in front of you strangers? Like, why can't I be that person as well? And I also happened upon Tumblr. Oh, Tumblr, the joys of Tumblr. Tumblr just so happens to be the gas for that already lit flame, because I also found others like me, so similar to me, where I'm like, okay, you guys, we are just like so cool, like we basically knew each other in another life where we have to meet in this lifetime as well. And of course, since that negativity does still get to you, I mean, that's a natural trait because we are humans, and as humans, no one is invincible. But it's like now, I can read a negative comment, a negative inbox, something that should destroy my character, and I will let it build me up that much more. Because once people start seeing you do better than them, they're gonna want to tear you down regardless. And I'm here to let you know that from personal experience, whether it's growing up, whether it's someone writing a hateful message or anything, like once you hit a certain mark, people aren't gonna like you, and people are gonna try to disrespect you and belittle you and just, you know, diminish you. And you should have enough confidence and courage and know your worth and all that other good shit in yourself, to where like it will get to you, but it won't stop you, it won't slow you down. You might tumble, you might stumble, but you're gonna get right back up and you're gonna keep on pushing, you're gonna keep on moving. And also surround yourself with positive people. And even when you're just surrounded by positive people, make sure that they are at the same level you're at, because if they're not, you two will clash and it's gonna be just a whole nother big ass mess. But yeah, I just stopped by to just let you guys know to love yourself and always love yourself and know your worth, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you feel like you're the baddest bitch in the world, bitch, you're the baddest bitch in the world. And only you can set that for yourself. But yeah, I'm about to get out the door because I have an interview to go to. That's the reason I look so snazzy. I clean up nice, don't I? So yeah, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe, and all that other cheers, and I will be sure to check it out. And on that note, bye.